this computer. Check. Hello. Is this thing on? Hello. Hey, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Dork Trek, episode 251.
Woo!
I'm not going to do like 300, 350, 400. The next big number for us is 400. It'll be 400 or 500. I'm not going to do like, hey, 300, big deal. 400's the next big episode milestone for us.
Or we can do like The Simpsons and just make it some random number.
Which is always fine with me. The more Simpsons-y we can be on this podcast, the better. This week we are joined by Dennis Black and Asian. Hello, Denos.
Hello, friends.
And Jenny Zell. Hello, Jenny Zell.
How's it going?
Ben is taking the night off because of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish holiday. Is it the Jewish New Year?
Yes.
Yeah, so Ben's taking the night off. So you know what's cool about Ben not being here is I feel like we could be amped for Discovery. Right? Because it's like
shit on the Orville.
I've heard really good things too. Everything I've read online sounds like it's pretty dope.
Yeah. And when does that come out?
Sunday.
Really?
Sunday.
The 24th at 8 o'clock, and then after that it moves behind the paywall. But like I said, I think I'm going to get CBS All Access just to watch Star Trek, and if I do, I'll totally share my passwords with you.
Nice.
So, but CBS ain't listening to this podcast, so fuck them. No. And if they are, hey, welcome.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they have like an intellectual property monitor staff that just goes and listens to Star Trek stuff and just sees stuff they can sue people for.
They should give us a fucking access to it because we would only talk nice about their dumb show.
We need a media pass.
Yeah,
it's like a press pass.
You fucking assholes. So if you're listening to that, I'm giving you.
That's probably the best way to get it. Is call them fucking assholes.
Well, I mean,
fucking assholes.
Dennis, a couth is not my strong suit. So bite my shiny metal ass, to quote a robot friend of ours. And if you missed episode 250, or maybe this is your first episode, you said, you know what, this podcast might be a flash in the pan. I'm not going to hop on until they get to episode 251. Well, then welcome and hello. We started a Patreon for Dork Trek. You can go to patreon.com/Dork Trek. And if you want to give us some money, cool. If you just don't want to give us money, also cool. I don't care either way. But we have some kind of cool features just for the Patreon supporters, and one of them is Ask the Crew. So I'm going to get that out of the way really fast. This is a good question from the Cerebral Paladin. He asks...
11 inches.
Yes, 11 inches long. That's how big our collective penis is. If we put it all together, it would be 11 inches.
That's including everybody who's ever hosted this show.
Yes, everyone.
Including mine?
Yes, including Jenny's.
I mean, that's most of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a good question. Were there any lost episodes, perhaps episodes that were gold, but the recording failed, or were they so outrageous or scandalous that you decided not to release them? The second part of that question is absolutely no. No.
That's ridiculous. Have you heard any of our episodes? That bar is below the floor.
Yes, but there was an episode that was gold that failed to record, where
maybe the greatest Star Trek episode ever.
It was a TNG episode. I think I want to say it was just Dennis, Manny, and I, and we talked about karate outfits for like 45 minutes. We talked about geese.
Yeah. So I guess depending on who you are, that's either the greatest episode of Dork Trek or the worst episode of Dork Trek.
But I mean, we talked about like launching a website where we sold formal geese.
Yeah. A gi for all occasions.
Yes. Let's say you needed to go to like your daughter's christening, but you're afraid a karate fight might break out. Well, we envisioned a gi for that. Just talking about it now makes me laugh.
Yeah, it makes me happy, but it makes me sad too that we couldn't share that with everybody.
I wish I could hear it.
It was really fun. I don't know what happened to it. Like, I think the microphones were getting out or something. I don't know, because we were using Zoom when that happened. I don't know what happened to it, but for some reason, all that geese stuff was just gone.
I remember a time like early on, like probably the third season of TNG or fourth or something, it was pretty early. And I guess the mics were going out or the board had something, something was wrong with it. And like nobody could hear. Like it worked for like 5 minutes and then it just turned to static for the rest of the
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that used to happen too.
I think there's probably been a couple times where we had to re-record an episode.
Yeah.
And it's always a bummer.
Yeah, but because you can't ever recapture the magic of like the spontaneity of it. Like, well, let's have that random conversation again that made us all giggle, but then it's not really random anymore. Then
you can't recreate a police house moment.
Yes. But this was around the police house time, I want to say, where we talked about geese for like 30 minutes, and man, it was fucking awesome. So maybe one day Cisco will be wearing a gi in the Holla Suites or whatever. And the weird part about I know this doesn't have anything to do with his question, but it seems like in Deep Space Nine, the holodeck is just used for masturbation, and that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a whorehouse. It
is. It's basically like a virtual whorehouse. In TNG, it was all kinds of things. It was training, simulations, and Geordi had a family there, which was weird. But I mean, it was like an event for all occasions. Really.
I would think of it like the government runs libraries, right? And on the commercial side, there are bookstores, but then there's also adult bookstores. And out here on the fringes, they only have adult bookstores.
Yeah, the only reason why you go into the holodeck in Deep Space Nine is to yank your pud, and it's like, why don't you just do that in your quarters?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's because Quark owns all of it, so he's looking for the profit of it. And if you think about the internet, what started internet commerce was porn.
True.
Porn basically drives commerce all the way into the 24th century.
Yeah. I mean, every now and then, Cisco and Jake go in there to play some stupid baseball game or whatever, but right afterwards, they mop it up.
And then some girl goes in there and gets fucked by the baseball team.
Yeah.
Because that's her fans. But yeah, I don't know. You think people would just masturbate the old-fashioned way. Sock on the peen.
Would you, though?
I mean, at some point you get bored. You gotta branch out.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point though, you get bored with pornography eventually, right? Don't you hit that level where it's like I'm just gonna masturbate to memories or whatever, or things that could have been or once were. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that that everybody jerks off in the holodeck. I just think it's strange, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, some there's probably still some masturbation going on in people's quarters.
Okay.
They just don't talk about it the way they do to talk about going into the Hollow Suites.
Yeah, because when they say oh, would you like to go into the Hollow Suite perhaps, what they're really saying is, would you like to go jerk off?
Yeah.
From now on,
not everybody goes into a brothel to get a hooker, Some people go to dark alleys and find it. Or they do an in-call.
Or a glory hole.
Yeah.
They stick their penis in a hole in a wall. Or they get in front of a penis.
Different strokes for different folks.
Okay, and this question is from Rick. It says, my questions, he has many questions, are as follows. Since setting the ship for self-destruct is a common occurrence on Enterprise, how do each of the bridge crew spend their final pre-explosion moments? Does Picard have a playlist queued up in his quarters? Does Riker have a holodeck program with Minuet loaded and ready to go? Does Beverly have the DNA test in her pocket ready to show Wesley that she's not his mother? I don't know. I think you've got all that. I don't know what you want from us.
The only thing that doesn't happen is Riker does not have Minuet because they made it clear he could not recreate her.
Which is weird that he couldn't recreate her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like he could. He could try.
I mean, she's on Law and Order, man. If he just got some back episodes, he could have seen.
Yeah. Riker's mind is such a deluded and devious place that it's hard for him to remember all of the sexual.
She had to be created by somebody else. The Binars, for some reason, knew exactly how to scratch Riker's itch. If they had a Titan episode, that would have been an episode where Riker goes crazy and takes over the Binar planet, makes him recreate Minuet.
Make her! Give rid of me! So those were the questions from Patreon.
Is that Rick that we met in New Jersey?
No, that's Rick, the DM of my 4th edition game that I play.
okay.
Rick's a nice dude, but the only thing he told me today, he's like, I have a question, but I'm only in season 2 of TNG, so I won't hear your answer for like 3 years. I was like, well, it'll be there waiting for you.
Yeah.
You could just skip ahead to this one, just listen to the beginning, and then cut it off.
Yeah. So then if you want to support the pod on Patreon, just go to patreon.com/dorktrek and, give what you can. Or if you even can't give anything, just share the link around. You never know. And if we get 100 Patreons, we'll do Patreon exclusive content, which would be reviewing another show.
Nice.
So 93 more. We need 93 more people.
Or nudity.
Oh, yes. Or 50 will do nudity.
Yes, we will let you send us your nudes.
Yes. Exactly.
Actually, scratch that. You can do that now if you really want to.
I mean, I don't want that. I have to monitor that inbox, Dennis, so I don't want that.
I know.
So what you're saying, Dennis, is that you're already getting bored of masturbation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need random dick and hoo-ha pics.
I mean, all you had to do was ask, Dennis.
That's not random then.
I mean, I can go to the strange bathrooms here in Cincinnati and take pictures of people's penis. I mean, these are...
Sir, why do you have a mirror on your shoe?
Why are you looking at my shoe? The Midwest Collection. Corn-fed peens for Dennis Black and Asian. So, but yeah, this episode we didn't review last week. I forgot what it was called. It's
Meridian.
Meridian. It's kind of Star Trek love affair paint by numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love affair / lust affair.
Yes, love affair / lust affair. This time it involves Dax. The lead in up to it is kind of cool. I feel like they took a premise that could have been pretty neat.
Yeah.
The idea that there is this planet in the wormhole that kind of exists on the fringe of reality almost.
Yeah, it bounces between 2 dimensions.
Yeah, which is a really neat idea, and they made it a love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's like Titanic. They took something really interesting and made it a goofy love story. And then I have to watch that. But at least it wasn't 3 hours long.
It felt
I'll
like
never
it.
let go, Dex. I'll never let go.
Never let go. Let his ass on the piece of wood, you dummy. There was enough room. He could have got on top of you.
Yeah.
Selfish.
I mean, he already did one time.
Hey. Insertion.
Yes.
And now people can see that because if you're a Patreon supporter, you can get video of the show.
Has anybody signed up for the video reward yet?
2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
2 people can watch this. So, but yeah, so the crew. Dennis, you tell us what happened. I know you're watching TV because I see you looking up, so I'm going to make you tell us.
Damn it!
What are you watching?
The U.S. Open Cup final.
With Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bulls in Sporting Kansas City.
I didn't even know that was on TV.
Yeah, I didn't know until tonight.
Who's winning, Red Bull?
No, Kansas City.
Oh, nice. We're going to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City, here I come.
Yes.
They got some crazy little women there, and I'm going to get me one.
So they find this planet, and it just kind of winks into existence.
Wink.
And yeah, exactly.
It's like a shy butthole.
Yeah.
It's there 1 minute, it ain't there the next minute. Just look away. Look away.
I'm sure that's how it was pitched in the writer's staff meeting.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't know how these things get pitched, Dennis. I mean, you got to pitch to the audience.
I'm saying that's probably how it happens.
What if someone in the office of DS9 was really into anal? And you know what?
I'm sure at least one person was.
So, yeah, I haven't had a show on all year. I got to get the producers to fucking pick up my show. It's a really good premise, but how am I going to sell it to them? Well, you know what? The planet's like a shy butthole. He's like, I'm sold. And they didn't even read the rest of the episode, and that's why we're stuck with this fucking turd of an episode. If he would have read it, if he would have taken his perversion out, his or her perversion out of the process, and actually read the script and not.
It's like they couldn't get past it to write an actual episode. They're like, all I can think about is that disappearing butthole.
All I can do is think about shot buttholes. Makes my day. Give that man a raise.
Just whistling around the office all day long. So the planet's called Meridian.
Yes.
And there's some people on there, but not many people.
Not many.
Just
There's
a
like
small
11,
settlement.
11 and a half people, 13 people, something like that.
Yeah, I think they said like 30 or something.
And
it's not a lot.
And it's cool, too, because like they ventured back through the wormhole despite the Dominion being around. And they're like, you know what? The Dominion can't be everywhere. We still have to explore.
We must explore.
Which could have been something cool. You're like, hey, we got to explore that shot butthole before it goes away again. And it's all pink in the night sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were exploring before the Dominion found out. So you're thinking, hey, maybe the Dominion will show up in this episode. That'll be cool, right?
Nope.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I think for the rest of this review, I'm just going to say things that could have been cool that would have made this episode better.
Yeah.
I think that's what we usually do whenever it's an episode that we didn't want to watch or review.
Yeah, but now I'm just I'm just laying it out there for you. Episode 251. I'm just going to tell you, you know what? I'm going to tell you all the shit that I wish would have happened instead of this dumb shit.
Yeah, so they get down there and they talk to the people, and the lady leader tells them,
right, lady leader, get out of here. That's stupid.
Fucking patriarchy.
Yeah, well, she didn't have an email server or something. Like they couldn't exploit that.
Every time they start getting close in the investigation, boom, new dimension. The server's in the other dimension.
Lock her up.
In the other dimension. In the other dimension.
I'm going to build a wall so we can't go in that other dimension anymore.
So there's this planet that just keeps phasing in and out. And I guess it comes up
every 30 years.
But then it disappears.
But they only stay for a short amount of time.
I thought it was 60 years. I thought they came around for 60 years, but they only stay in this dimension for like
oh yeah, you're right.
3
Something
or 4
like that.
days. Yeah, it's like 60 years they're in and gone or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, B story of this episode, way more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's about a dude that wants to yank it in the holodeck because he's in love with Kira.
But first he wants to bang Kira, but that's not going to work.
No, because Kira's like,
I need to pretend Kira.
Well, it's very smart of Kira because, like, I guess she was at Odo's hanging out. No, she wasn't at Odo. She was at Quark's hanging out and yada, yada, yada. There was this creepy alien dude, which seems to happen a lot just in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like it happens in real life too.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, it's a bar just outside of a military base, so you're going to attract all kinds of the seedy element.
So there's this dude, and he was hollering at Kira all night long, and she's like, "This fucking guy just wouldn't shut up." And oh my god, it was the worst night ever. And he finds her like the next day, which makes it even more creepy. Like,
well, did he ever lose her?
I don't know. Like he was stalking her base Facebook and was all like, I know where she is.
Yeah.
So like
she checked in at Quark's.
Oh shit, I gotta go to Quark's. I think I left something there. My dignity.
Come on, Foursquare, help me out.
Do you still use Foursquare? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I made fun of my wife a couple of years ago for wanting to check in somewhere at Foursquare. Like, nobody does that anymore.
Who does that shit, lady? That shit may fly in Turkey. They don't use that here in America. So she's there. And the guy comes over, and she's sitting with Odo talking about the night at Odo. They're like, dude, I got so fucking drunk last night. It was awesome. Oh, my God. Like, I fucking drank like 10 beers, bro.
And he doesn't even care. You can tell he's just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Bitch, just shut the fuck up. But I feel like this could just be me wishful thinking. Maybe there's like a spark of romance.
Maybe for him, I could kind of see that.
Well, I think this episode kind of pushes it over the edge for Odo.
Yeah.
Because I think he's always admired her, not necessarily sexually, but, he's always thought that she was a pretty cool, solid.
And good at murder and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
he respects that,
It took him, 8 years to solve that murder that she committed?
So he's amped on that. He's like, she's a smart murderer. I'm really into stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, because like she likes to murder and I like to turn into a hot rat in chairs. So we have common ground here. Oh no, that's a stretch, bro. No, it works. It makes sense to me. She gets it, man. She gets it.
Yeah.
I sleep in a bucket, but not anymore. Now I'm just a puddle on the floor. So she's all bragging about getting drunk, and then the creepy dude comes over, and he's like, "Oh, hello, you left before I had a chance to roofie and molest you." Oh, I said that out loud.
Yeah. Sorry, the universal translator must not be working properly.
And then she's all like, "Oh, this is my boyfriend, Odo."
Her lover.
My lover.
Now, if you call somebody your lover, that just makes it sound like you have an open relationship. So that's not necessarily the best repellent for creeps.
That's what I was thinking too. Like she's just basically telling this guy like, hey, she's DTF.
Yeah. It just reminds me of the SNL skit where Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch are in the hot tub.
Yes. That's what I was breathing and trying to get it out for Dennis. Yes. This is my love.
Yes, lava.
I was too busy cheerleading in the background. I don't know what happened to Rachel Dratch. I guess she ended up on True TV with like a sketch comedy show there.
Oh, really?
Fuck, she was amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Debbie Downer was hilarious.
Dude, she just crushed it. I loved her so much. She was supposed to be the lead on 30 Rock, but I guess the network didn't think she was attractive enough, so they brought in the blonde lady.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like she was. That's why she would show up every now and then.
Well, if she's supposed to play that character, then I'm not saying she's ugly, but she doesn't have the that ditzy actress look. You know, somebody who's gotten by on their looks their whole life, essentially.
Rachel Dratch is amazing, but
she's hilarious. But she did show up on 30 Rock a few times.
Yeah, she was the animal trainer a few times. Like, she had various parts.
Yeah,
they really knew how to really run with a cameo on 30 Rock.
Yeah. They even made David Schwimmer look entertaining.
Dude, Bernie Casey's dead. Wow. I saw that earlier. We just talked about Bernie Casey.
Goddamn Kardashians got him.
The fucking Kardashians.
Yeah. I didn't see how he died, though. I just saw that he was dead.
He was killed by Kardashians.
Oh, really?
It was
Holy shit.
It was a crazy, like, fucking, a raid. The Maquis was doing some crazy shit. They were going to steal some stuff from space.
Wouldn't that be? I mean, it would be insane, but wouldn't it be kind of awesome if, like, the Kardashians were real and they came to Earth and killed Bernie Casey and then left because they got a transmission of Deep Space Nine? They're like, holy shit, this guy's a Maquis.
He in the Maquis. We got to kill his ass.
Those bastards.
Fucking Kardashians. We got him. But yeah, so my lover, Odo, and he's like, what? But I think also too, this alien dude sees Odo and he's like, he ain't fine.
Yeah, but he knows he's a shapeshifter too, so
he can shape into like a huge peen and stuff.
Yeah, he can totally feel that vagina.
I love how happy you are right now with that joke.
I just like that I bailed on saying vag and went vagina.
I thought you said it like that on purpose, like that's how the kids are saying
it.
I
did eventually.
Instagram or something.
On Instagram. That's what they say.
5 A's.
Pictures of their vagina.
I don't know what Instagram is. It's weird to me. Or on Snapchat, they Snapchat it to each other.
Snapchat.
I'd sign up for that. Insta-vag. But yeah, so now this dude is all like, well, Odo sucks, and I probably got a shot, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So well, I mean, I think he gives up on it.
Yeah, he's like,
because he's like, if she was really interested in me, then Odo could just shapeshift into me, and then she could bang him. So
that's true.
You know, you can never get tired of a physical relationship with a shapeshifter.
Because he can be anything
and
nothing at all.
Yes.
Because that's not even his form. He just took that on maybe because she liked it.
Yeah.
Which means she would have very strange taste.
Yes.
Very.
I want you to have no eyebrows and cauliflower ear. Like, all right, sure.
And like no bridge in your nose, just have like a giant forehead that comes down like this.
And fucking
No,
Michael.
actually, not cauliflower. Your ear should look like a bear claw.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm into.
And then I really like that movie from the 20th century, Wall Street, with that actor Michael Douglas. Make your hair look like that.
Yeah, little Gordon Gecko hair.
All right. Done.
Nice.
So yeah, but that's the B story.
And
And
huge nipples, like dinner plate nipples.
and that's the B story. And you really wish it would have been the A story, because the actual A story is.
Nothing happens in the A story.
It's
No.
just
They just make up excuses to run off into the bushes and smooch.
we don't even know who we're talking about yet, because we haven't even got that far.
Cisco and Julian. That's what
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Julian, touch my nipple.
I would have liked to see that episode better than this one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would not be complaining if that was it.
Well, because then you wouldn't have the typical Star Trek like love lust scenario.
Yeah.
You know, because we've seen this episode with like 8 different characters like 7 times.
And this is probably the most ridiculous incarnation of it, because she literally knows this guy for one day and they want to spend the rest of their lives together. Like, I can understand the guy who goes into dimension for 60 years. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been seeing the same people for all these decades and decades.
He's
So
like,
it's kind of
"Man,
nice.
I need Miss New Booty.
Yeah. Miss
Yeah.
Dots all over her body.
Yeah, and like, why do they have to be so creepy? Like,
Yeah.
I guess creeps get all the tang in the 24th century. It's like the Riker method or something.
I actually thought he was like fairly smooth, for
What?
Star Trek
Really?
standards.
That's why he was like.
Hey, so how far down do those spots go?
I mean, it wasn't like how, like, I
On
guess
my
it wasn't what
vagina,
he
it's
said,
herpes.
but
Ugh.
he just kind of delivered it in a certain way that I was like, that's not that bad.
Just because he's kind of handsome. That's
You got
why.
moist,
That's probably
totally.
what it is.
Like, if you're kind of handsome, you can get away with being a little cheesy.
Jenny got moist. She was like, "Ugh."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just started rubbing one out like right there on the couch just while I'm watching it.
My spots, my spot, oh my G spot. They're fucking.
That's the only spot you got to worry about.
Oh yeah, you hit my G spot. I'm gonna be squirting all over the place. I'm gonna flood your planet and your next dimension.
Old man, we're on the bridge of the Defiant. Please do not distract us.
Get out the windshield wipers. And the cool part, like, so what happens is they land on the planet and they meet the people who live on the planet. And I guess the lady, the white woman, I forget her name. Her name.
I thought her and Cisco were going to kind of
So I thought,
hook up a
yeah,
little.
me too. Like this was
Maybe they did and just kept it discreet because
Yeah.
they knew, like, we got to be professional.
like,
So,
look, you're going to be light in 3 days. So let's just be done with it.
yeah, because I don't think we said it, but like when they go into the other dimension, they just exist as consciousness.
Yeah.
So they don't have a physical form.
Yeah. They're just, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's the astral plane,
yeah. It's like Doctor Strange World, where like they're just fucking floating around.
but with no astral projections.
yeah. There's no ass. There's just
No shy butthole.
Yeah.
nothing. No shy buttholes. The plane just
Super shy.
go away. So so like they land on the planet and they meet all the inhabitants, and right away this one dude just starts hollering. I mean, just hollering.
Like he might as well just started sniffing her crotch.
Yeah, and like pulled his dick out and been like,
Yeah.
"You like this? Huh? You into this? Huh? You want to see this some more? Why don't you get a closer look? Let me check all those spots out, baby." And the fun part, this is the one interesting thing about the episode that I liked. O'Brien is sitting next to them at the meal that they're having, and O'Brien is just fucking completely grossed out by this because he's you just be making gas face the whole time, and this dude like this is repulsive. Like, these people are terrible.
Yeah,
That's because his own like relationship with his wife is so horrible that he's just bitter whenever he sees somebody else like that actually has a little bit of game, and he's like, God, fuck these people.
fuck you guys. Fucking bloody cunts.
If I can't get laid, why can't You should neither.
Fuck you guys. I hate you all.
Yeah.
It's gross. You guys are talking gross about your spots. And
Yeah. I'm going to go masturbate.
Me and Keiko have sex through a sheet because that's the way she likes it.
My clan sheet.
Yeah, which is weird that I have one of those because I'm Irish and they don't really like us, and I'm married to a Japanese woman. But I'm Catholic, so I like to punish myself for
Exactly.
the decisions I've made. So I'm a Klansman who married.
Got to have something to confess.
Yep. Yeah, so it's just so these two people, not Kira, but what's her name, Dax, and this other guy, they instantly just want to bump uglies. And so now it's the Star Trek episode where it's like, okay, this cast member and the strange alien fall in love with each other. How is this not gonna work out?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the whole episode. Mm-hmm. Like it's just the build up.
So I never seen any, future season promotional photos with this guy in it. So.
But I mean, we've had this episode, countless times with so many cast members.
I mean, if they want to fool us, then do this as a season finale. Because then maybe she's leaving the show. You never know. Like back in the day, like Ben always says, before the internet, we never knew. And we had to wait 3 months to find out what happened after a seasonal. Exactly.
Starlog Magazine.
Yeah.
Starlog Magazine.
See what they report who showed up on set, for
Starlog
the first
Magazine.
day of filming.
Starlog Magazine.
Now, does it count for the drinking game if you say Starlog Magazine
No,
or
just
Ben?
Just
Ben.
Ben.
So everyone's
it
livers
has
are
to
safe
be
today.
an organic Starlog Magazine reference. But don't let us stop you from drinking. If you have a problem, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Indulge.
If you got a drink to get to this podcast, then feel free. Have at it.
Yeah.
As long as you download it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So now it's just a race against how is this not going to work out?
Yeah.
The B story, on the other hand, is fascinating.
Because the guy, he strikes out with Kira, and he's not going to pursue it because he doesn't want to mess around. Because Odo is the chief of security,
yes.
So he can probably come up with some bullshit reason to lock you up.
Yes.
So he goes to Quark and says, "Hey, I want you to make me a holodeck program with Kira. I will pay you any amount of money."
$1 million.
That's really smart, though.
Yeah.
That's a really perverted and good idea.
So he's basically just saying, like, make me a sex doll of Kira.
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially,
A
yes.
sex robot.
Yes.
Which, why don't they have robots in this Star Trek future? I don't understand.
What do you mean why there are no robots?
Like, there's no, we have robotic technology now, right?
Everything there is robotic, isn't it? Like, it's all
No, but why aren't there robots walking around doing stuff?
I don't know, because the computer does it all.
Like, we have robots that can dance. They should be able to have robots that can walk around and be sex robots.
That's the best example of modern robotics that you could come up with. Like, they build fucking cars
doing things. Yeah, but doing things that are
coal,
non-productive things that are human.
They
simulate human behavior. Yeah.
I mean, they have they can make food out of pee.
Yes.
So, I think they've done some advances. I would assume that anything that's like robotic, that what we consider now is robotic, like we just don't see it.
Yeah, they just
like Bob said, like mining or something like that. That's shit going on planets.
I just want to know why not? Why don't they?
I don't know, Dennis.
Why not sex robots?
Because that's what the holodeck is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
holodeck is a giant
robots,
robot.
You just want to have sex with a robot.
I'm just saying.
In the future. Well, you can go into the holodeck and have sex with a robot there.
True.
Yes.
Because it could basically just replicate a robot for you.
I want to have sex with R2-D2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to go. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Now, if you were going to bang any robot in history, Dennis, which robot would it be?
That's a good question.
If you had to pick a robot to bang, which robot would you pick?
So many robots, so little time.
There are so many robots.
What about you? What do you think, Jenny?
I think I'm gonna bang Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide because he seems so sad. Like maybe he just needs to get laid.
So you're saying that you can put it on him and make him happy? I like it. I can change him.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe the robot from the black hole.
From the black hole?
Yeah, why not?
You
Because
mean
that movie
Robbie
really
the robot?
that movie messed me up when I was a little kid, so I need to get some revenge on it somehow.
I gotta look that one up. I don't know
You're
that
gonna
one.
choke it out or
It's a
something.
Disney movie, The Black Hole. It's about
That's
these.
right. Isn't that
people who
Robbie
go-
the robot?
It might be. I don't remember what his name is.
No, okay, that little robot. Okay, the one that flies like
Yeah,
that?
any of those robots. Him or the old beat up one or the Maximilian,
All right.
the evil robot. Any
I
of them.
like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
They gotta take it. That movie was so fucking weird. I don't understand what Disney was thinking.
It just got weirder because you're having sex with the robot from the movie.
What about you, Bob?
That's what gross, and I'm not gonna. That's
No.
disgusting.
Fucking prude.
Weirdo behavior. If I had to bang a robot, I think I would bang Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
That's a good robot to bang.
It just came.
Hey, he's around for 200 years.
You would have to live with the shame of me coming on him.
On his robot belly.
Calling him terrible things. You're a fucking robot whore.
I've disabled your motor function.
No, I don't. The reason.
It's basically Robin Williams.
Oh, man. But yeah. So anyway,
So not just, but like early in his life. So he has to live for 198
Yeah.
years.
I mean, yeah, whatever. If you're gonna do it, might as well do it. That's gonna be a question on Patreon. What robot would you bang and why?
Yeah.
See, it's paying off already.
Return on their investment right away.
I'd be surprised tomorrow when we only have 3 Patreons. Like, oh, that's fucking weird.
We're only gonna have 3 listeners.
I'll text Ben and ask him.
Well, he can't. Where is he?
No, he's upstairs. Yeah.
Can you pick up a phone? Isn't it?
I don't know what he's
what is
allowed
it?
to do.
Just let him have the night off. You can ask him later. Well, you know
What is it? John Goodman says in.
Shomer Shabbos.
Yeah, Shomer Shabbos.
You know what? We'll talk to him next
I
week.
can't even
about
pick up a phone unless it's an emergency. This is an emergency, Ben. What
What
robot
robot?
would you bang?
What robot do you want to bang?
it. What we'll do too is next week when we're raving about how great Discovery was, he'll have to just sit here and listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then when he's got like peak Ben annoyance, then we'll ask him about what robot he wants to fuck. And then that'll just set him off on some kind of tirade.
Yeah.
I can picture it now.
The hands go flying up. Yeah.
I'm done.
That's my annoyed Ben.
See, that'll be the thing for those people who do have the video content. They can see exactly when Ben checks out.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
And they can see all of my facial expressions as I react to the shit that Ben says.
Yeah, that is an extra dimension of texture
Yes.
to the show.
That is an art form, and it's one of my favorite aspects of the show. Like I know it sounds bad.
Especially with that lip sense, just making your lips pop.
Tell us about that lip sense, Jenny. Tell us all
Nice
about
one. Nice one. Yeah. Lip Sense is a 4 to 18 hour lip color that doesn't smudge or come off. It's fantastic. You can check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/oralfixationlips.
Nice.
So-
Even if you eat hot wings?
even if you eat hot wings.
Especially if you eat hot wings.
Hot wieners.
If you're a chick that likes to eat hot wings or wieners, you need this stuff.
Yeah.
Come off. It gives your lips that real porno style look, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had someone tell us recently, I think it was on Twitter or something, that our lip sense commercials that we do, I don't know why, because it's fun. Like, none of us get paid to do it, and we just do it just because to help Jenny, I guess. I don't even know if it works.
I've yet to get any new customers from the Dork truck commercials, so it's just fun.
It's just fun to do, but people have said, like, they're so natural and easy. Like, you just go right into it. Like, we don't stop the show. Like,
yeah.
Like
We're not reading copy.
Yeah, like when they do their Blue Apron commercials. Hang on. And like the music comes in the background and it's clearly a pre-recorded bit. So, Blue Apron's got a lot of great food. Tell us all about it. Nerdist guy. Well, and then they go back into whatever they're doing. Their fucking money, these bastards. Anyway. Not that I'm bitter. No, not at all.
I wonder if lip sense would last on Dax for 60 years while she's a beam of light in another dimension.
She's a beam of light, so I don't know.
That's all that it would be, just a pair of lips floating around.
Like a really trippy Twizzler commercial.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the Cheshire Cat's wife.
Yeah, so we just kind of, again, we're just waiting to see how this thing falls apart because we know it's going to.
Because they've got a plan. They're going to figure out a way to make this planet stay in this dimension longer.
Nah.
So that they have to spend half the time here, half the time there.
No, that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
That ain't going to work. And it doesn't work. Much to the
spoilers, it doesn't work.
Much to the joy of everyone involved, especially O'Brien, because he's just uncomfortable by this level of affection these two people are having for each other. Because, like Dennis said, they just keep going off on the planet to bump uglies and count. They call it count their spots, which does sound kind of creepy.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. Like I just picture two old people banging, they're counting their liver spots. Oh, Ethel, Ethel, let me count your liver spots again. Oh, Sydney, you're such a romantic fella.
And I feel like O'Brien probably struck out with one of the ladies on this planet. Like one of the ladies that this other guy doesn't want to bang. He's like, no, the pickings are kind of slim here. Let me see if I can find somebody else.
He's like, I hope you go back for 60 years. I don't want to see you motherfuckers anymore.
You're going away for 60 years, huh? I wish my wife would go away for 60 years. Is that your pickup line, O'Brien? I'm not married. No. Nope. God damn it. He just walks away.
He tried that with like all of, the 20 women that were still left on the planet. Yeah. Didn't work on anybody. That's why he's pissed.
It didn't work. But yeah, the dude, I don't even know his name, but he's just real he just comes off as kind of sleazy. And like I get it that there's some new trim around, bro, but come on, I mean like
he doesn't even have any game. And Dax is just like, all right.
No, I would say Dax is more DTF than anything else. Like, I think she's just like, I need to get fucked. Let's do it.
That's probably the thing that O'Brien is most disgusted with. He's like, all I had to do was ask? Holy shit.
And it didn't work for Julian. Like, how long has he been trying? And she's just like, nah.
She just thought, I mean, to be fair, though, Julian's just kind of whack.
Yeah.
Like, he's got
she knows Julian's always going to be around.
Yeah, and like she's gonna get liquored up at Quark's one night after playing like fucking Dabo, and then she's gonna just be like, "Hey, Julian, let's just stick it in, bro." And Julian's gonna be all fumbling around and
he won't be able to get it hard because it's too much pressure.
She's gonna be like, "Come on, dude, what the fuck, bro?"
Yeah,
like she's gonna be bent over in front of him, like spreading her butt. Like, what else do I have? Like, fucking
pick a hole, any hole.
Fuck me already here, jeez. I mean. Come on, Julian, while we're young. It's going to be Julian it up.
He's had this scenario in his head, too, so he always carries that hypo spray of Viagra, just in case.
And then the next day, he'll be at lunch with the Taylor guy, and he'll be like, you'll never guess what happened last night.
Yeah. Oh, I watched. Don't worry.
I saw it all.
Yes. What you don't know is I subbed in for Dax at one point. Oh, wait. Was that not internal monologue?
Shit.
Julian says, "No, I knew."
That's how I got hard.
Yes.
That's how I was able to perform.
Yeah.
Garrick, kiss me. But yeah, so like. So yeah, they.
No, we don't kiss. Remember, that's our deal. Everything but kissing.
What the fuck, Julia Roberts?
That's gay.
Oh yeah. That they just, again, I don't know, man. It's just. Again, I've seen this episode. I mean, it happened to Troy. It happened to everybody. Like they fall
in the original series, they're like they go to
sex
go
plan.
through some portal to a different world or something, and Spock has to leave some lady or something like that.
Yeah, they just be leaving bitches all over the galaxy, yo, and males and vice versa. It's ridiculous. And so like you're just watching the episode knowing like how is this not going to work out? And like, and then at first, once the idea of tethering the planet to the dimension doesn't work, because that just, how the fuck is that going to work anyway? Like, I'm no scientist by any stretch. I mean, I'm the furthest possible thing from a scientist.
But we've all tried to play tetherball. That game don't work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to make a planet stay in a fucking dimension that it phases in and out of. There's no way that's possible. And so then their next plan is like, well, he can come with me and live on Deep Space Nine. And
as soon as they said that, I was like, no way. Like at the last minute, he's going to be like, no, I have to stay behind to help repopulate my planet, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And my children are still, you have kids? Oh,
I'm out. I'm out. But yeah, so then they have that bright idea, but then that quickly falls through because he has that moment that I can't leave my people because I'm important or whatever.
And there's so few of us.
Yes, and then Kira's like, oh, not Kira, but Dax is like, all right, well, I'll stay here. And you're like, well, that ain't gonna fucking work either, because like she's just gonna quit Starfleet for some dick.
Must have been some good dick.
I mean, come on.
I don't even think they've banged yet.
No, they have. They
did.
Yeah. Because they
sure?
banged. Yeah, they banged that first time when they're sitting by the lake or whatever. And he's like, this is where I'm going to build my house that we're going to live in. It's like, motherfucker, this is the second time we hung out. Like, you getting weird on me, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking
I guess for him, physical life is short. You got to make the most of it.
Damn, Dennis, that was deep, son. Yeah, you know what? Now I want to lay with you by a lake and we can kiss.
And then we can exist for 60 years as consciousnesses.
Yeah. But then, like, what if you get into a fight right before you change, and then you're going to be mad for 60 years?
Yeah. And you're stuck with them.
Yeah.
Just stewing over it. Like, they come out of the dimension just yelling at each other.
Motherfucker, I told you. I didn't want to go there for dinner. Didn't want to have pizza again. You eat fucking pizza all the time.
This is why we made the rule. Never go into the other dimension mad.
But yeah, So yeah, Dax gets the bright idea that she's gonna go with them, like, and Cisco's like, I mean, I guess, old man, if that's what you want to do, and then Julie,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, she's just gonna abandon her post, and they're all like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
because I think Starfleet, like, it has a check on the like, why are you quitting Starfleet for the fleeting love of an alien species? Is an actual check on the box, apparently.
Yeah, because it's happened so often.
It has to. When they discover new worlds and everything, somebody's going to fall in love.
All right. Look, when we go down there, who hasn't gotten laid in a while? You motherfuckers stay on the ship. You ain't coming down. Because what's going to happen is you're going to fall in some fucking sweet poontang, and then you're going to want to give up your life and live on this fucking planet forever. That shit can't happen no more.
No catching feelings.
We lost 9 motherfuckers in that away mission because y'all bitches be catching feelings.
You think that's why they never send down the lower ranking people on away missions? It's always like the senior staff.
Yeah. But they're just as bad. They always catch feelings.
Yeah.
That's why Riker goes down a lot, because he's always going to Risa. He's always fucking somebody.
It's like the Odyssey, like when Odysseus made everybody put wax in their ears, but he wanted to listen to the siren song. Yeah. Oh, we got to check out this planet of scantily clad women. You guys stay on the ship. Make sure it doesn't break.
Yeah, you guys can't go down there. You ain't ready for that.
It's dangerous. Yeah.
Nah, Jordy.
I know how to hit it. Quit it.
Nah, Jordy, you can't do that.
Yeah, Jordy, no.
No.
He's in the brig.
They took his fucking visor off. They hid it from him.
It's like in every werewolf story when the guy's like, don't let me out no matter what I say or what I do. Just keep me locked up.
I like that Jordy's a sex werewolf.
Jordy's a sex werewolf.
Just howling at these girls, full moons.
He's a sex werewolf.
Auga, auga.
Dennis, will you Photoshop Jordy as a sex werewolf?
All right, let me write it down.
Please, that would be so great to see. Jordy is a sex werewolf.
I gotta think of what that even is.
I just picture like a yellow shirt and a visor on a werewolf.
But with his dick
Okay,
out.
got it.
With his dick out.
Okay, so I have to freehand a dick onto a wolf picture.
Oh, man.
All right, I'll just use my dick.
That's Patreon. Oh, man. This episode is great.
Yeah,
Well, this episode of the podcast is great.
Yeah,
telling you
Show,
what.
not so much.
lemonade out of lemons right here.
Yeah. Maybe Voyager will be the best thing ever. I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think is because all the worst episodes of Star Trek are usually our best episodes.
Yeah, and like the thing is too, when you look at the list of the best Star Trek episodes, a lot of them are early, like TNG, TOS. Voyager is just littered, bang, 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 bang. Because there's so many fucking terrible episodes of Voyager. It's gonna be great.
We're gonna do it for you, the listener.
Our sacrifice.
But yeah, so she's gonna stay there, and everybody's cool with it. And so she's like, she says her goodbyes, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna miss all you guys except you, Julian, because you're just a fucking worthless idiot who can't fuck me. When
Julian he's really okay with this.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, Julian, he's a romantic. He's looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening for him. He's happy.
But I could see like a 90-year-old Julian showing back up at Meridian. Like,
Yeah.
Dax, I'm here for you.
Well, because I think they established they had a good relationship in a couple episodes ago. Remember when like she went to his quarters and stuff, and they hung out? Like they have a Julian's definitely in the friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he seems okay with it because I don't think, like I said, he's not man enough to handle her anyway, which is something that we find out later when, spoiler, when Worf shows up and he just starts beating that pussy up in the Klingon way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Julian's not man enough for that. Like, but he admires her, I guess.
Maybe he realizes, like, because it's never going to happen with her ever,
Yeah.
that it's easier for him to deal with it, like, if she's just gone.
Yeah. He's
Like, fine, all right, then I don't have to chase after you anymore. I can forget about you. Move on.
And then the B story is moving along swimmingly. Like, Quark is trying to take like video photos of
He's
Kira.
going all TMZ on her.
Yeah, he tried to get her to actually go into the holodeck, so because I guess she doesn't go to those places.
Yeah.
She masturbates at home like a normal visual.
Well, I think because her fetishes are so weird that if she went into the holodeck, like, people would discover her terrible secrets.
Yeah.
You know?
There's an alarm, like whenever you say certain keywords into the computer, it notifies the authorities.
So then, so she doesn't fall for it. So he's got to try to do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, I do like his. Oh, you're our 1 millionth customer.
Which is
That was
really
a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to being devious, Quark, he's got it figured out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he has no problem.
I think that's what makes this beef story, passable. Is Quark really delivers on how am I gonna get naked pictures of Kira?
Right.
Basically, yes, that's what he's like. How am I going to get naked pictures of the lady?
Like this guy put a bounty
who is
on.
second in command of this space station. Like, not just anybody. I mean, like, he's trying to get pictures, like naked pictures of like Mike fucking Pence. Like, he's going for it, doing it. So, like, in a way, you're like, God damn, this dude will do anything for money. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Yeah, sure. I can make you a video of Kira taking a dump on somebody. Sure, yeah. How am I going to get video of Kira taking a dump? If I put Rom in her quarters under the toilet, I got it. And he just makes it happen.
Yeah, his face looks like a shitter.
He's a man of sex action, and I dig that about him.
Yeah.
And I think this episode was directed by Jonathan Frakes, wasn't it?
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that's the Riker side of the story is Quark creeping on Kira the whole time.
Well, even the lead alien guy, he's totally Rikering it up. He clearly read the Riker book on how to treat women. Like, just say the creepiest shit you can imagine. Yeah. Can I count your fucking spots?
Hey, you don't know if it works unless you try.
It's true.
So
it's true. You know. So they
you can't shoot a lion with a BB gun first. You know, you got to take that fucker down right away.
But how do you know you can't shoot a lion with a BB gun? Because somebody tried it and it
didn't work.
And they died. Yep. So you don't want to go that route, baby. No. So he finally manages to get the footage of Kira and then delivers on the program. But I guess they find it.
Well, they figure out what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not even mad. Like, they don't, like, confront him or anything like that at all. Like, they just doctor the video.
Or did they? Because I thought that was Odo in there.
You thought Odo doctored the video?
Yeah.
No, that was Odo in the holodeck.
Oh, that was Odo in the holodeck.
No, there was. It wasn't Odo in the holodeck. They doctored the footage.
No, he just shapeshifted into Kira with a Quark head.
Yeah.
That's kinky as shit.
And that's risky, too, because what if that guy's like, oh, my God, this is perfect. And he just starts, like, banging away.
That's exactly what I wanted, but I was too afraid to ask.
Odo's been in stranger places. Then he turns into a hot rat and, like, sneaks off. A hot rat filled with cum. And he's like, this is awful.
Just come out of his ears and his nose and everywhere.
Because Odo's not in there, because when he comes out of the holosuite and he yells at Quark, Odo's right there with Kira. So they doctored the footage or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but whatever. You just put a bag over her head.
What if that was Quark?
Yeah.
I mean, we never see his body. Maybe he has got a hot body.
But what if that dude was like Jenny said, fuck yes, bro.
Yeah.
This is the hottest shit ever.
Don't even dim the lights one iota.
No.
I want to see everything.
I just want to get my fucking weird fuck on.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then he comes out, he's like, you have outdone yourself, my man. You are.
You know what? I didn't ask for it, but man, you delivered.
A goddamn Picasso in there, my friend. However many gold platinum bars, I promise you, triple it. Because that was the sexiest thing I've ever seen.
I don't even want to do it again. It was a perfect moment. I don't want to. You can't replicate it.
I'll never look at you the same way ever again. But you're a beautiful man, and I love you dearly. Corey's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then he goes and watches. Oh my god!
Like, why can't Star Trek have a weird ending like that?
Grab me by my ears and was just fucking the shit out of my face.
Just once. Why can't something weird like that happen on Star Trek?
In a perfect world, Dennis. In a perfect world.
They don't have to show us fucking him, but I mean, he could walk out and be like, "Hey, thanks." You know, that was awesome.
That was miraculous.
Yeah, we can fill in the blanks.
But no, he comes out and he's all mad and yells at Quark. I don't even know if we'll ever see this guy again, but if we do, cool.
Well, we will see the actor guy again.
Yeah, but will we see this weird alien dude again? That's my question.
So. Yeah.
Well, then he made a real big threat, and then to never be seen again. That's another Star Trekism. Yeah. People making huge threats and then never showing up again. I'm gonna get you forever.
Yeah. This isn't the last you've heard of me, Picard.
It is.
Oh,
It was the
isn't
last
it?
we heard of him.
Because you got
That's where they need Morgan Freeman to come in with a voiceover. It was the last they heard of him.
he
It was the last they heard of him.
he got the space cancer and died.
The next day.
The next day. I'll get you. Ow, what's that lump on my chest? Dead.
Picard, this Saturday, your ass is mine. He died the next day.
Saturday never came for him, buddy. But then back on the stupid planet, like they start to beam out into consciousness, but they're having a problem doing it because Dax is an anchor and she's fucking everything up. So they went pretty far into the episode before you realized this wasn't going to happen. So kudos for that, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
They should have guessed that maybe there's some kind of physiological reason why these people can travel with the planet to another dimension.
Nah.
Maybe they should have looked into that.
No, they just assume like, well, if you're on the planet, you'll go, which is really dumb science. It's again, I'm not a scientist, but again, like, well, if I'm there, then I'll go away, right? Like, you didn't think to like, you're a doctor, Julian, like check these people out, like,
because it's not like it doesn't go through like a portal or something, into another dimension. It just literally just phases out of existence.
Yeah.
So there's got to be like some kind of radiation or something that you have to be exposed to be able to go through it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Nah.
But it does make sense that she doesn't go at least, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
And they beam her out at the last second.
Yeah, and they
before everything gets destroyed.
Because they can't do it. So that's it.
Yeah. And she's sad.
Yeah, because I mean, her friends are dead. The man that she loves is
gone for 60 years. But for a Trill, that's nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, somebody else could come back around.
Actually, he's gone for 30 years, right?
Yeah,
because they kind of stabilized it.
Something like that. He gone forever. She never gonna get that dick again.
Well, not this Dax.
Well, she doesn't need that dick because who comes eventually? Worf.
And double dick.
And he beats that pussy up, all dick and balls swinging around, just crushing ass.
So many balls.
So many dicks. And that's it.
Too many dicks on the dance floor. Too many dicks.
Too many dicks. And that's it. That's the episode.
This episode was dumb.
That shit was garbage.
Yeah. And I think it's just because like so many episodes have been so good for a while on DS9. Yes. And this was just like if it was TNG, it would be like, it was just an episode, But this was just like, it was so much worse than everything else that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
It was just garbage.
This was after they had written 18 episodes. They're like, fuck, we need 4 more.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
And it's like you said, the premise of this planet that hops between dimensions is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything cool with it.
No, not at all. Mm-mm. And the thing is, too, man, it's like, how many times do we have to see the same Star Trek episode? It's like, you knew it's not going to work out. I mean...
Probably at least 1 more time in DS9 and
so?
3 more times in Voyager and a couple more times in Enterprise. Probably.
I'm gonna guess probably 3 times in Voyager, maybe once in Enterprise.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit through this episode again. Like just like the I love someone who's not my culture, but we can't be together because they're so different than me. I mean,
we still have to do the original series too.
That's true. Because I mean, it happened to Wesley, right? Because Wesley was in love with a big hairy lady. Remember that? Wesley was all like, "Yeah, I love this woman," and she turned into some hairy alien. He was like, "Oh my god!"
Picard with Famke Janssen.
Yes, because she was meant for another man.
Yes.
Yeah, Picard again with the one like Indiana
the piano
Jones.
Player.
Yeah, the piano. Yes, the piano player is another one.
Yeah. Oh my God, this happens so much.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so it's happened to Picard at least 3 times with Frank and Jansen, with
The piano lady and
with
with
the piano
Vosh.
lady and with Vosh. So it's happened 3 times to him. It happened to Riker once with Mignolet, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
Geordi with that one chick.
Aquiel?
Yeah, the murderer.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of
Well, because
the
Leah
lady
Brahms, that was fake.
Okay, well,
She never really liked him.
that's true.
Weird. But still, same premise. They can't be together because, well, Geordi created all this in his mind on the holodeck, and it's really fucking creepy.
Yeah, and then she found out. So
Yeah.
And then we had one with the feet guy with Marina
Lloyd
Sirtis.
Braun.
Yeah, with Lloyd Braun, who's all into her
Yeah.
feet,
Yeah.
right?
But then he turned out to be like a criminal or something, right?
Yeah, but still, though, I mean, they couldn't be together. You have a love interest, like 2 people coming together, and they can't do it because of extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh, and Beverly Crusher and the Ghost.
Yeah, yeah.
At least
Lwaxana
that
Troy
episode.
and Picard. She always wants to get his dick and balls, but she never can.
Yeah, but that's not an episode specific one. But there was
That's like throughout the show.
Yeah, that's a recurring theme for that character. But I mean, look, just right off the top of our head, we came up with 6 of them
Just from TNG.
just from TNG, and then so I mean, and that doesn't even include Worf and his wife being dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
We
love
get it,
is-
Star Trek. Love is hard, especially in space.
Yes. But I mean, that's 7 examples of it right there. And we're in season 3 of DS9, and I got to watch this shit again. It's like, no, man, I don't want to watch it anymore. And the only person that's achieved that kind of relationship is Kira with the weirdo monk dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So far.
they get it on every now and then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you're talking like for a single episode.
But then
or whatever,
your man had it happen too, because Cisco had it happen with the lady whose husband was the braggart astronaut guy.
What?
Remember the episode where Cisco was in love with that hot black chick who he kept seeing around, but then her husband was all like that bragging ass dude that flew into the sun?
Yeah, but that was her ghost. Yeah. Like her psychic ghost going out looking for new dick.
Yeah. But the only thing that made that episode tolerable was the dude who was like, I'm the fucking best guy in the whole world.
I'm going to fly into the sun.
Fucking Space Ric Flair was awesome.
Did I miss this episode? What the heck?
Yes. Like it was a DS9 episode, season 1,
Yeah.
maybe? Was it season 1 or season
I think it was season 1. Yeah, yeah.
It was like Cisco was chilling on the promenade and saw this fine ass black chick, and he was like, I got to give me some of that. And so like he starts hollering at her, and then it works out, and then
But she keeps disappearing.
yeah,
Like, she doesn't know where she goes. She keeps disappearing.
yeah, and then
Wait,
like,
I
They have the reception for this scientist who comes.
he's fucking Space Ric Flair. He just brags about how awesome.
He's a terraformer, and now he's going to terraform a star.
Yeah, but he's Space Ric Flair, and he's
Yeah.
all like, I'm the best. And all he does is talk about how awesome he is, and come to find out, like, that is his wife. And Cisco trips at the meal. He's like, bitch, you weren't going to tell him that we fuck? But it's like her ghost or something. Her consciousness flies
Yeah,
around.
that's how she runs away to
Yeah.
like, escape her
That's right.
marriage.
Yeah,
Yes.
escape her Ric Flair marriage.
Yeah.
Do you remember this episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Also, there's
Bitch.
another one with now I forgot. Julian and the gravity girl.
that. So I mean, come on, man. But why did this one feel extra corny?
Because nothing really happens. Like there's no every time they cut back to that scene on the planet, it's just the same thing. Like, oh yep, we're
Yeah.
still working on it and we're still flirting with each other. It's
And I
cool.
think
Like the story
usually-
never moves forward.
The story, like the love story, is like the B story compared to, something else going on. Like if it was more about
All
the
right.
planet and what's
Fair
going on.
Yeah.
Where this was like, that was the A story, was
Yeah.
her falling in love with this guy.
Yeah, or they have a moment where they're like, well, we can never be together. And they kind of go away and they come back together and then they decide to move on, because they know they can't really be together.
The gravity story was she was trying to get over her disability or whatever, or being like,
Yeah.
weightlessness or whatever, the gravity
Yeah,
difference.
she's from a planet with no gravity.
And like she hated everybody and stuff like that, and like she was real grumpy and mean.
And she kept tripping over stuff.
And Julian was able to break through her rough exterior to find the real person that was inside, and blah blah blah. So there was that. But this is just like, oh, these two people want to fuck each other. I have to watch a whole Star Trek episode about it.
Yeah.
Directed by Jonathan Frakes, of course. It makes sense. He's a sex pervert.
Coming on next week's show, Jonathan Frakes.
But yeah, this episode just sucks. And again, like, so it's already happened with Cisco, with Julian, and now with Dax. So at least we've got most of them out of the way already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Although, like Quark and that one Cardassian lady, right? Like she was, they were chasing her for being a terrorist.
I don't remember that.
Like she had her 2 students. Am I thinking of the right one?
Yeah, that's right. Because Quark was there. Yeah, that's right. So that happened.
But her students were the terrorists or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But again, though, at least it was a better B story. Like Jenny was saying, this is just like, hey, Dax wants to get fucked.
Mm-hmm. And the B story was somebody wants to fuck Kira, which was actually more interesting because there was Quark and he was being creepy.
But I think what makes it worse is that Dax was ready to throw away her whole entire career with Starfleet
for some random dick.
Yeah. He's a creepy guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was kind of crappy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to go so far as to say is this episode sucked. I'll give it this episode a 3.
I think I have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
I will bump it half a point for Quark because Quark was pretty good in this.
Quark was really good.
He's the reason why this show got 3, basically, for me.
But it's just like, fuck, man. Like, this is the last time I want to see this episode, and I know it's not going to be. But at least, but do me a favor, please. I'm speaking into the past. Dress it up a little better, man.
Yeah.
You know?
At least make something happen.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, and there's no real threat of anything.
There's nothing interesting.
Yeah. Like for 2 seconds, she almost dies at the end of the episode.
And then they just beam her out, and then she's sad.
There should have been more danger throughout the episode or something to make it, that like the stakes are higher or something. But there's no stakes in this, basically.
No, it's just like, the
highest stakes is that Kira's going to find out that Quark is trying to build this holodeck program about it.
And she does find out, and she's not even mad. Like I would like her to just walk up to Quark and go, Quark, I'm kind of flattered. All you had to do was ask.
Yeah.
I just showed you my pussy. Like just cut me in, man. Just let me have some of that loot. I'd have given you inside access, baby. I'd have showed you my butthole. You ain't never seen a bitch on my butthole. It's beautiful.
She's like, do you know how many orphans you can feed with that much Latin?
It's huge. I'll shove it in me.
Your ears. Put your ears in there.
You wild bitch. So that's the episode. God, it was bad. But whatever. Cool. The episode of Dork Trek, top notch.
Good job.
Hey, thanks.
Everybody.
No, thank you. And we'll be back again next week reviewing the Jonathan Frakes episode. And
which I watched tonight, and I accidentally woke up my son because I was laughing so hard.
I'm sure your wife was stoked about that one.
She was not.
And maybe we'll talk about Discovery because we're all going to watch, right? Sunday at 8 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Is it 8 or 8:30?
I saw on their website 8, but what show starts at 8:30?
This one? I'm pretty sure because I was looking to see what time it actually starts, and I think it starts at 8:30.
Like if there's a game or something, they might push it back to 8:30, I guess.
Or maybe it's like from 8:30 to 11. I don't know if they're going to show 2 episodes. I don't know.
I think it's just one.
We'll watch it, and we'll talk about it.
You know what? All day Sunday, just watch CBS.
Yeah,
just mute it until like around 7:30 or so, just in case, and then start watching.
Except when the football is on.
Watch a little 60 Minutes. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, Mike Wallace. Is he still on that show? Mike Wallace? And who was the cool black guy with the earring? He was real cool. Was that Mike Wallace?
No, Mike Wallace that's Chris Wallace's dad. He's a white guy.
Who's the cool black guy with the earring?
What's that guy's name? I don't know, because I remember him getting the earring. It was like a big scandal.
I'm gonna Google cool black guy with the
black guy from 60 Minutes.
Cool black dude on 60 Minutes with earring. Ed Bradley.
Yes, Ed Bradley.
Oh, okay.
You know what? It's cool that it came up. Cool black dude on 60 Minutes.
It's sad to find out that he died of leukemia, though.
Oh,
At 65.
that's sad.
Damn.
Man, he looked older than 65, though.
But you know what, though? It's cool that you can Google cool black dude on 60 Minutes with the earring, and the first person that comes up, Ed Bradley. Like
Probably all they needed to know was black guy on 60 Minutes, because that's all I typed in.
Yeah.
There was one.
At least I gave him some props. Cool black dude.
Google saving that search. They're like, oh, hey, catalog it.
Give him some props. Give him some props. Props where props is due. So that when I'm 60, I'm going to get an earring just for the fuck of it, because I won't be like cool ass Ed Bradley.
Yeah, it took me until I was like 34 to get a tattoo. So why not wait, another long amount of time before getting a piercing?
There you go.
Hey, on your 60th birthday, get an earring like Ed Bradley.
Why not? We'll do it together.
Deal. It'll be like
That'll be about the time we finish doing Dork treks.
It'll be like one of those old guy bucket movies or whatever.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get my dick pierced. What the fuck? So there you go.
Buy another dick.
What?
I believe that's called.
I don't know. Figure it out.
Doc, I want you to titty fuck my balls.
Yeah, I want you to dock me, but I don't have a foreskin.
No. I want you to titty fuck my balls. Just separate my balls with your dick and fuck.
By 60, that scrotum's going to be hanging pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be feasible.
It'll be real good for you. That's got to be a thing on the internet. Let's look that one up. Titty fucking balls.
You look that up.
I will.
Incognito.
Ew. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.